His Excellency, Sir Cyril Charles, Governor General of St. Lucia, Her Excellency, Amy Quantrill, the British Resident Commissioner to St. Lucia, Soraya Warner-Gustav, incoming District Governor for District 7030, PDG Debbie Rupchan, outgoing District Governor for District 7030, PDG David Edwards, District Governor for the year 2015 to 2016, and partner in 2004, 2005. I haven't been to the cocktail bar yet, sorry about that. This District Governor, PDG David Edwards, District Governor 2004, 2005, and partner in service Donna, PDG Milton Innes, District Governor 2015 to 2016, and partner in service Ricky Greaves, PDG Roger Bowes, District Governor 2016, 2017, and partner in service Jessica Ramateur, PDG Dominique Ferner, District Governor 2018, 2019, PDG Lyle Chase, District Governor 2020, 2021, PDG Sonia Aline, District Governor 2021, 2022, and partner in service David, PDG Leslie Ramdani, District Governor 2022, 2023, and partner in service Miriam Diaz Roberts, PDG Brian Glasgow, District Governor 2023, 2024, Maurice Saad, District Governor-elect, district officers, outgoing and incoming, family of Rotary from across the Caribbean, assistant governors, past assistant governors, presidents, past presidents, Rotarians, Rotaractors, interactors, and early actors. I don't see any early actors. It's a bit too late for them. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, and of course, those joining us online. My name is Albert Daniels, and I am the outgoing and incoming Assistant Governor for St. Lucia. And it is my pleasure, honor, and privilege to welcome you all to this District Governor handover ceremony for District 7030. When we say family of Rotary, it should be noted that we truly are a Caribbean family. This evening, we have in-person attendees from Barbados, Grenada, Guadeloupe, Martinique, et pour nos amis français, nous sommes très contents d'avoir vous ici ce soir. Thank you. Trinidad and Tobago, St. Vincent and the Grenadines, and of course, host country, St. Lucia. We even have attendees from the first E-Club in our district, the Rotary Club of the Caribbean Plus, which has members from across the Caribbean and as far abroad as Canada, the United States, and the United Kingdom. And this is not surprising, as District 7030, with its 77 clubs and 17 territories, spans the Caribbean from Anguilla in the north to Guyana in the south, executing projects in Rotary International's 7 areas of focus: peace building and conflict prevention, disease prevention and treatment, water, sanitation and hygiene, maternal and child health, basic education and literacy, community, economic development, and the environment. This evening, we are here to witness the ceremonial handover of the leadership of District 7030 from one district governor to another. Now, I was tempted to use the adjective exhausted and say the handover from one exhausted district governor to another. But when I look at outgoing District Governor Debbie's eyes, they seem as bright as they were at her handover 1 year ago. And even after over 77 trips to Rotary clubs across the Caribbean, she seems to still have that excitement and drive to serve the community, perhaps even more than she did at the beginning of her year. So, ladies and gentlemen, it must be that serving Rotary and the community and making new friends, developing new relationships, and executing projects gives that satisfaction and happiness that we have made the life of one child better, contributed to making one community and the world a better place. And this inspires us all to continue our efforts to unite and take action to create lasting change. With these few words, I welcome you all to this ceremony, particularly our overseas visitors. We know that His Excellency, the Governor General, has been serving the community as a lion for over 40 years, and we extend a special welcome to His Excellency and indicate that Rotary is happy to work with lions as our aims and objectives are very similar. So thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome. I will now invite Samara Aurelian, the chair of the Satellite Club of St. Lucia Sunset, to commence the proceedings with the invocation.
Good evening. I'd like to adopt the protocol already established by AG Albert. I'd like to invite everybody to stand and join me in invocation. As we gather here today, we give thanks for allowing everyone here safely. We also give thanks for our Rotary family and the opportunity to fellowship. We are here today for this wonderful purpose of the official handover of District Governor of District 7030. We are thankful for the gift of District Governor Debbie and her dedication and commitment to our district over the last year. As we welcome District Governor Saraya, we ask that you strengthen and guide her for this new journey. Protect and preserve every Rotarian, near and far. Let this ceremony go on smoothly and help us fulfill our purpose as Rotarians as we journey together this Rotary year as we all unite for good.
Please remain standing while one of our newest presidents in St. Lucia, President Jason Lang, leads us in the four-way test.
With all protocols observed, good evening. It is my honor to lead you now in reciting the four-way test, a simple yet profound guide by which we measure the things we think, say, or do. Please join me. Is it the truth? Fair to all concerned? Will it build goodwill and better friendships? Will it be beneficial to all concerned? Let these words be more than a test. Let them be our way of life. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Jason. And please take your seats. And if Jason is one of the newer presidents in St. Lucia, we have a president who is even younger than he is, who was just inducted as the new president yesterday. So I now call on President Roger Hare, the president of the Rotary Club of St. Lucia, to present greetings.
I would like to establish, to accept the protocols already observed. 238 square miles, the Helen of the West. District 7030, On behalf of the Rotary Club of St. Lucia, the Rotary Club of Grosley, the Rotary Club of Caribbean Plus, Rotary Satellite Club of St. Lucia Sunset, our Rotaractors and Interactors, welcome to St. Lucia. We're delighted to be hosting you at this very significant occasion of a handover. And we trust that you have been having a relaxing time. I know the outgoing district governor is having a relaxing time based on the conversations we had earlier this evening. We truly hope that, thus far it's been good for you, relaxing. And if it's been that for you, rest assured it gets even better next year at district conference right here in St. Lucia. So once again, on behalf of the clubs of St. Lucia and the incoming district governor, Soraya, welcome again and enjoy the rest of the evening and your stay.
Thank you very much, Roger. Past District Governor David is a member of the Rotary Club of Barbados and served as district governor in our Rotary district during the year 2004-2005. Past District Governor David is a recipient of Rotary's highest honor and most prestigious honor, the Service Above Self Award, and is also a major donor to the Rotary Foundation. So I will now invite Past District Governor David Edwards to the podium to deliver a history of Rotary in our district 7030.
Your Excellency, other excellencies, and accepting protocol established. Don't be intimidated, folks, by the number of pages. It's just the older you get, the bigger the font. So it's not going to be a history lesson either. So what I plan to do is just to give an overview of Rotary International, which Your Excellency would understand. Lions is very similar, operated the same way really. And then I plan to give just a short synopsis on a few of the past governors, starting from the very first. So Rotary International, and of course, I'm doing it this way because some people do not know this. A lot of us know, so forgive me for those who know. Rotary International is one of the largest service organizations in the world. Its stated mission is to provide service to others, promote integrity, advance world understanding, goodwill, and peace through fellowship of business, professional, and community leaders. It is a non-political and non-religious organization. Membership is by application or invitation and based on various social factors. There are over 46,000 member clubs worldwide with a membership of approximately 1.4 million individuals known as Rotarians. To administer these members, the organization is broken down into 34 zones and 533 districts around the world. So our district 7030 is one of those 533. Districts connect clubs with each other and importantly, to resources from Rotary International. They also train club leaders, facilitate programs such as Rotary Youth Leadership Awards, which we call RYLA, and Rotary Youth Exchange, to ensure that Rotarians get the most from their membership and shine as leaders in their communities. This district started officially in July 1st, 1974, and was known then as District 404. Prior to that, we were considered non-districted clubs, which means we were floaters. We were not attached to any specific district at the time. So attempts started in 1972 to bring the clubs so designated together under the chairmanship of PDG Fred Lamb, and a conference was held in St. Kitts in June of 1973 with attendance from all over the Caribbean, and this is North and Southern Caribbean. A resolution was passed requesting Rotary International to establish a district made up of these said clubs. Hence, District 404 was formed with past President Dr. John Watts of Grenada as the first district governor, and the first conference was held in Port of Spain, Trinidad. The district became renumbered to 4050 in 1981, and then it was split, and 4040 was used in the northern section of 4050 for us. And we were split then from St. Kitts and Nevis in the north, right down to South America with Guyana, Suriname, and French Guiana. And then in more recent times, Aruba, Bonaire, and Curacao. And we became 70-30 in 1992. So for those who don't know, as I said, the actual countries now are St. Kitts and Nevis, Antigua, Montserrat, Guadeloupe, Dominica, Martinique, St. Lucia, Barbados, St. Vincent and the Grenadines, Grenada, Trinidad and Tobago, Guyana, Suriname, French Guiana, Aruba, Bonaire, and Curacao. So, of course, a lot of training goes on because, like, we have district governor nominee, Maurice here, who's been in training now for his second year and will assume government. So for 3 years, he will be in training just like all of us started to do. And I'm not going to go into all the training, that's for another time. So our governor incoming for 2025-26, who officially became governor on the 1st of July, but for the purposes of tonight is the incoming governor. It will be Soraya Warner Gustavon. Welcome, Soraya, to the post. So just quickly, a few of the Dr. John Watts of Grenada, our first governor, was a dentist by profession, but also very politically involved and was for some time the Governor General or acting Governor General in many times as the Governor General of Grenada, and very heavily involved in other community organizations. A dynamic human being. For those of us who had the pleasure, and I know PDG Leslie here knew him very well as well, and an excellent Rotarian. And the Rotarian in Rotary, John Watts was one of those people, because even when he was acting Governor General, when he went to his club meeting, he stood at the door and greeted everybody, which he used to do when he was Sergeant of Arms. But when he was Governor General, that didn't change him. He did the same thing. So that's, a lot of us could learn from that nowadays. That's the truth. Ozzie Hill from Port of Spain, a charter member of the Rotary Club of Port of Spain. Ozzie was a trader and had I guess, textiles, and so was what he traded in Port of Spain. Had a store, and I think it was a hand down from family as well, and that was what he did. Miles Rothwell from Barbados was a structural engineer, excellent structural engineer, but a very controversial person otherwise. PDG Milton would know that very well. He was in his club. Charlie Braham, who was from Kingston, Jamaica, he was a businessman in Kingston. Harry Siegel, another member of Port of Spain Club with Ozzie. And Harry was again in textiles, but the difference is that Harry was a trader, as we used to call them in the Caribbean, which we know these guys went around selling cloth, as they would say in Barbados, it came around, and he would make all of his sales, and then these things would mostly arrive in that Christmas or mid-year and Christmas time. And that was Harry's. Georges-Louis Clement from Fort-de-France is one of the members of the Rum Clement. For the French, I might pronounce it right, Rum Clement. He is part of that dynasty. A little bit more on him. He was 1982-83, and his district conference was to be in Suriname. Well, as we all know, in 1980, they had the revolution in Suriname. That was the Desi Bouterse resolution. And then by 1983, they had a lot of problems. So at the last minute, 4 weeks before the conference, they had to pull it from Suriname. And he came to Barbados and asked us, would you organize the conference for us? So we said, well, why us? Why not you? He says, we can't get it done. So, got a long story short, in 4 weeks, we produced the conference for him, and it actually was very successful. Neil Isaacs from Guyana was the commissioner of police in Guyana, so policeman all his life. Richard Joachim of St. Vincent was the only person, well, at that time, the only person to serve twice. And again, a structural engineer and construction engineer, very successful in St. Vincent. One of the mentors of PTG, Brian. And then Stanley Blanchett from Barbados, from my club. He was in hardware and a bit of a politician himself too. And then we had Richard Joachim again. And I'm going to stop shortly. And then we had Earl Johnson from Dominica, who was a major in the Defense Force in Dominica. And Harold Davis, the last would be 1989-90. Harold was the chairman of Gaisuco in Guyana, and also very heavily involved in politics. So again, to use a conference, little conference anecdote, when we had the district conference in 1990, his conference in Ghana, the RI rep was arriving at 10 o'clock in the morning, and we were all prepared to go to the airport to meet him, and the vehicle to go for him broke down. And they could not find anything that they thought was suitable to go to the airport. And Harold says, give me a minute. He went to the phone, no cell phones in those days. He went inside the Pegasus to the Pegasus, right? Pegasus, yeah, Pegasus to the phone. Then he came out and he says, we'll have a car here in 10 minutes. And the Prime Minister's car turned up. Thank you.
Thank you very much, PDG David. You know, PDG David is a very humble individual. I noticed that one of the important points that he left out of his history is how hard he works in disaster response. Ladies and gentlemen, PDG David is perhaps one of the first persons on the scene after a hurricane in the Caribbean, whether he gets there by boat or by helicopter. And we AGs will tell you, as soon as he gets on the ground, the next call is to all of his AGs to mobilize the entire Caribbean to support the country that has been in distress. PDG David, we thank you for the work that you do. And talking about things breaking down, he reminded me of a personal situation that I had when I was on my conference preparing to be president, when we went on a boat tour. And the boat arrived to its destination fine. It was more of a canoe, but we arrived there fine. But when it was time to get back, for the life of us, the engine would not start. I thank my lucky stars that David was one of the passengers on that boat, because he immediately jumped into action, repaired the problem, and we were able to make it back to safety. Thank you again, David. Ladies and gentlemen, we already know that outgoing District Governor Debbie Rupchan has heard her bio read over 77 times in the last Rotary year, having visited every single country, and it may be more than that, because she visited some countries more than once, as I understand. And I know that as her assistant governor, I got a very stern look on one occasion when I used the long version of her bio instead of, and I'm getting that look again, instead of the short version. But suffice it to say that she is a successful lawyer from the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago, who has assisted many clients in need by providing pro bono legal aid. She's a champion for peace and conflict prevention and a committed contributor to the Rotary Foundation, being a member of the Polio Plus Society, a member of the Paul Harris Society, and herself a Paul Harris Fellow +8. And her annual contribution of $1,000 goes to Rotary's area of focus, peace building and conflict resolution. She has served Rotary District 7030 with distinction over the past year, So, ladies and gentlemen, please give a warm round of applause to outgoing District Governor Debbie Rupchan, who will now deliver her remarks.
Thank you so much, Chairman Albert. So Albert spoke about the shine in my eyes when he started the program. And that could be two things. One, the massage I had yesterday at beautiful Calabash Resort, which I must say is like paradise in itself. Or two, the fact that last night was the first night in a year that I had 7 hours full sleep. This job is not for the faint-hearted. It takes a lot out of you. On the outside, it seems as though it is travel. You're visiting 17 countries. It's a wonderful opportunity. But the work that goes into it, the preparation as a governor to ensure that you inspire, that you motivate clubs, nobody really knows what that is, except perhaps all the PDGs who are sitting in the room with me tonight. There are two markers in my journey that I want to talk about. The first was starting the year, July 1st last year, with Hurricane Beryl. That really showed me the strength that we have in District 7030. Rotarians stepped up, the district stepped up, and we supported the countries of St. Vincent and Grenada in their time of need. And Rotarians worked tirelessly throughout the last Rotary year. Over the course of my 14 years in Rotary, I've always been asked, what is your Rotary moment? And it was always a challenge to me, because I would say generally, I joined Rotary to help others. I wanted to do good. But interestingly, I found my Rotary moment on my last country visit to Curacao a month ago. And I think I want to share that with the audience and the wider district. So I was in Curacao. I had gone to a primary school project. It was a read aloud project where you did it in a very interactive way. The book would be read, and then the kids had the opportunity to reenact things that they had learned from the story. And this book that the children were doing, it was sort of a book like Greta Thunberg, an environmentalist who wanted to change the world, but a person who wanted to bring about change. And I went into the room, and there were 3 little boys at a table. They had the only empty seat. So I went and sat down, and a young man came up to me very quickly, and he said, "Miss, you are sitting in my seat." So I realized it wasn't really an empty seat. So I was about to get up, but he actually said, no, I will bring you a chair. And he went and he brought me a chair and he sat down next to me. So I realized that the other children, they had already started drawing on their Bristol board, but he was yet to do anything. So I asked him, I said, what are you thinking about putting down in terms of what would you like to see to change the world? He said to me, well, I didn't know. So I told him, I said, and most of you could probably predict what came out of my mouth, what about something on peace? He looked at me, I looked at him. He said to me, let there be peace on earth. I told him, I said, that's a good thought. And then he started writing it in Dutch. Of course, I started getting motivated. I pulled up my cell phone and I asked him, I said, do you know what the peace symbol looks like? He said, no. I showed it to him and he started drawing it on his Bristol board. It didn't stop there. He then asked me if I could share with him how to write the words in English, because he understood English, but not the actual writing of the words. So I typed that in quickly on my phone, and he started putting that on his Bristol board. But what happened next is that the 3 children who were doing different thoughts as to how they wanted to change the world. They started looking over at what we were doing. And every child at that table started drawing the peace symbol, started writing the word peace on their Bristol board. But it didn't stop there. The room realized that something was going on, and children from the other tables started coming across, looking to see what we were doing. And of course, we were saying, well, we're drawing the peace symbol and we're putting it in to our work. Well, the short story is, by the time they had finished drawing and we had to present, almost every single Bristol board had the peace symbol on it. It had the words peace. The children had written, let us live in peace, let us love one another, let our animals live in peace. It was just peace pervading the room. And when I got up to leave the project, that same little boy, he ran to the front of the room and he asked it in Dutch. So I had to ask AGG to translate if I was leaving. And I said, yes, I have to go. And that child hugged me up and he said, I will miss you. I love you. I paused it up. Now, that for me was a lesson that we as Rotarians, we have the opportunity to reach in and to bring that change in the lives of others. I left that room with a message that had spread throughout the entire classroom. And I think that for me was the crown on the icing. You know, I'd had a good year, but I really felt good with that being my last memory. Now, having said that, I want to talk a little bit about my colleague, Soraya. Soraya and I have had the opportunity for the last 2.5 years. It could be more than that because she was district secretary as well. But certainly as part of the governor line, we have been in almost daily contact. During my year as governor, she was with me foot to foot. So too was our governor-elect, Maurice. And I want to say that I am proud of her. And St. Lucia should be proud of her as a district governor. She's a wonderful human being. She is passionate about Rotary, and I know that she would do an excellent job. And yes, I am looking forward to coming back to St. Lucia for district conference and staying by Conrad, whether he's having me there or not, where I will have more massages. So my Rotary family, my friends, thank you for the support during this Rotary year. Soraya, all the best in your year. You know I am here to support. I continue to be, you know, I'm not going anywhere. And to my colleague, Maurice, all the best to you as well, because your term will come, the year passes very quickly. So use it wisely in terms of preparing. Thank you very much.
Now I feel bad for speaking about PDG Debbie's eyes because everybody saw what happened moments ago. But ladies and gentlemen, this is what Rotary does to you. I don't think there is a single Rotarian in this room who has been to a district conference, who has been to an international conference and heard one of these stories that has not experienced the emotion that PDG Debbie is feeling. And this is what continues to drive us to serve our community. So PDG Debbie, thank you so much for leading us for the last year. And we look forward to having your hands on the helm and well, on the boat as we move forward in the upcoming year. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I met my good friend, Past Assistant Governor Leighton Khan, when he was an active insurance professional. He's originally from Jamaica, but has been resident in St. Lucia now for many, many, many years. He retired and went into running of a medical clinic with his wife, Dr. Janine Payne. He has, however, been called out of retirement by someone sitting in this room. I'm not going to call any names, and is once again active in the area of insurance. Past Assistant Governor Layton is recognized as the founding president of the first E-Club in District 7030. Prior to that, he served as president on 2 occasions in the Rotary Club of St. Lucia. He is an avid chess player and supported the club's Chess in Schools project, although I don't know what happened because he faced certain challenges the last time he and I sat for a chess match. So it is now my distinct pleasure to invite District Secretary Layton Khan to introduce our incoming district governor. We're still friends, right?
Thank you very much. I wasn't expecting any of that. Please permit me to adopt the protocols established by my good friend Albert, and just to say very warm and special welcome to everybody, and especially our guests. Welcome to Simply Beautiful St. Lucia. And as I like to say to my guests, stay as long as immigration will allow you, and spend as much as your credit cards will permit. My simple task is to introduce my boss for the next year, Soraya Warner Gustav, and what you've said about her is absolutely true, and then some. District Governor Soraya has been a member of the Rotary Club of St. Lucia from March 2010. She served as president in the year 2018 to 2019, and under her leadership, the club achieved the district's Club of the Year award, as well as the largest membership growth award. District Governor Soraya has served in other capacities in the club's board and continues to serve as an active member of our club. At the district level, she served as district secretary during the year 2020 to 2021. She has served as district interact chair for 3 terms and has been instrumental in revitalizing and growing District 7030's Interact community. District Governor Soraya is passionate about Interact and is keenly focused on the upskilling of youth in service and leadership, and by extension, the shaping of leaders for the future. She's a founding committee member and director of the Worldwide District Interact Chair Association, which provides a platform for district Interact leaders who are focused on strengthening Interact districts across the Rotary world. District Governor Soraya is a multiple Paul Harris Fellow, a charter and continuing member of District 7030 Polio Plus Society, and a member of the Paul Harris Society. District Governor Soraya is a corporate banking executive, having served in the banking and finance industry for over 30 years, and is currently the general manager and assistant vice president for an alternative investment firm. She believes that the beauty and essence of Rotary is this extraordinary opportunity that it brings through numerous channels to serve, to transform, and to make a difference in our world. Ladies and gentlemen, I will now invite our outgoing district governor and our incoming governor to the podium for us to have the official handover and installation ceremony. Ladies, thank you.
All right. So now I formally hand over what we governors call the bling. This one's mine or yours?
This is yours.
Oh,
This is for me. This is for me.
For you, right?
Yeah.
Okay, good. I've got to pin you first. Together, please.
Thank you. Thank you. So it gives her great pleasure to pin me as district governor. It gives her even greater pleasure to receive her pin as past governor from me. Oh, wow. This feels so heavy. Oh my goodness. Heavy in more ways than one, I can tell you. Good evening, everyone. With protocol already established, I extend warm greetings to everyone and thank you for being here. Salut, greetings to our French attendees as well. Thank you for being here as well. Salutations à nos participants français. Merci également d'être présents. To my Rotary family, it's an honor and a privilege to have been given this opportunity to serve as your district governor for the Rotary year 2025-2026. And it is with deep humility that I accept. I promise to build on the rich legacy of service established by our past district governors and to continue the amazing work that is already being done in our district. I pledge to serve and support you, our members, to the fullest, to achieve our shared goals and to ensure that every club has the resources, guidance, and encouragement needed to continue thriving, guaranteeing then that our district continues to be one of the best, if not the best, in the zone. As a district, we soared to new heights under the dynamic leadership of immediate past District Governor Debbie. And I want to take a moment here to thank you on behalf of the district for your outstanding service during the 2024-2025 year, exemplifying the magic of Rotary. Thank you so much for the partnership, our DG line calls with our future governors, which you referenced earlier, and the many discussions over the last 2 years as we journeyed together along the learning pathway. This has without a doubt strengthened our team and laid the foundation for the continuity of nothing less than impactful leadership in our district. Thank you so much. Our district is so much stronger as a result of your dedication and your passion over the last year. I want to turn my attention to all of our past district governors, our team of governors who quietly provide that background support. Whether you think you need it or not, it is available or offered. I am overwhelmed by the presence of so many here this evening, demonstrating the generosity and the unwavering commitment of the team to the success of our Rotary district. I am sure that all of our governors would be here if they could, and I extend huge thanks to all of you for the continued support and for leading by example. Thank you. This Rotary year, under our presidential messaging and under the leadership of President Francesco, we have been called to unite for good, a principle not merely rooted in words, but to be mirrored in purposeful action. It's a simple message that calls on the entire Rotary family to harness the power of unity, to use our collective strength to create positive change and address the challenges that we see in our communities and the world at large. So in the words of our new RI president, he shares that behind every successful effort, every act of service, every new member welcomed, every global challenge met, there are two things that matter most: friendship and trust. This is how we build strong clubs, through friendship and trust. It's how we create meaningful partnerships and transform global problems into local solutions. It's also how we lead, not through titles or applause, but with humility, humanity, and heart. So unity is not simply about working side by side. It's about merging minds, hearts, and efforts toward a shared vision of progress. So as we begin this new service journey, and in that spirit of unity, I really would like to call on all Rotarians, our entire Rotary family, and as a people of action, to unite, to rekindle friendships, to come together, to find your passion within Rotary, to continue to serve boldly in your unique and special capacity. Consider what it means to be a Rotarian, what inspires you to participate, and then allow that inspiration to drive your service. Our new president has selected membership, polio, and peace as his focus this year. And alongside these RI goals, I've also asked that you give focus to the Rotary Foundation and public image. From a district perspective, youth engagement tops our priorities, and I've asked that you continue to give focus to that as well. We will also focus on environmental sustainability, and we will continue our special programs on mental health, childhood obesity, and girls' empowerment. My Rotary family, our district's priorities reflect our solid commitment to service, to impactful leadership, to community, and to member engagement. I ask you to join me on this fantastic journey, and let us continue to serve with excellence, building upon the extraordinary work already undertaken in our district. As I close, it would be remiss of me if I did not speak to our April 2026 district conference. I know that our president of the Rotary Club of St. Lucia has already announced it, but I want to thank those who've already registered and ask all of you to join us right here in Sweet St. Lucia next year, April 2026. Finally, I would like to extend special thanks to a few. So please bear with me. To the Rotary Club of St. Lucia, the entire Rotary St. Lucia family, some represented here, thank you for your endorsement and support. To my sponsor, Past Assistant Governor, and now District Treasurer Charles Serrier, for being my Rotary champion throughout my tenure, and my sister Sadia as well. They are represented here this evening by their sons. To my family, my son is also here, and daughter who's overseas, thank you for being a part of my Rotary journey. To my friends and colleagues who are here, thank you for your unwavering support. To PDG Lyle, as the first district governor in St. Lucia, thank you for paving the way, inspiring me to see and feel Rotary's internationality and extensive reach, and helping me to get, well, here, yes. I do also want to acknowledge Past Assistant Governor Malcolm as our first nominated governor, who for reasons outside of his control could not proceed with his governorship at the time. but I want to acknowledge him tonight and thank him for his ongoing commitment to Rotary. To my assistant governors, district leadership team, my entire Rotary family, thank you for your service and for partnering with me. In the words of President Francesco, let's unite for good, for our clubs, our communities, and our world. And let's make this year not only a year of service, but of joy, of connection, and love. Thank you so much. Merci beaucoup à tous.
That was the moment, the important moment that we all came for this evening. And District Governor Soraya, you can rest assured that the family of Rotary in St. Lucia and across the district will be behind you to support you as we serve the community in our district. Now, ladies and gentlemen, as you can see, I got my glass and there's still a lot in there. I can't say the same for some of you in your glasses, but is there anyone who has not yet been served? Everyone is okay? Anthony, you okay back there? Okay, he's okay. All right. So it's now my pleasure to invite Assistant Governor Jean-Claude Florentini, Jean-Claude Florenti from our French family. I had it right the first time? Florentini. Okay, the spelling on this is wrong. I know exactly who to blame for that. So from our French family to offer a toast to District Governor Soraya Warner. Please give him a round of applause.
Fellow Rotarian and fellow dear friend, on behalf of the district team, it's my honor and I'm very proud to toast our new district governor, Soraya Warner Gustave. We stand with you, with your Rotary spirit and Rotary heart. We are ready to serve under your guidance, and it's a real pleasure to be with you tonight. So to the district governor Soraya, please raise your glass as well. Welcome to our new district governor Soraya.
Thank you very much, Assistant Governor Florentini. You may take your seat while I invite the second person to toast. And this is someone who you would have gotten many emails from, as she worked hard with her district governor to ensure we were all informed on what was happening and what we should be doing in our district. And I speak of no other person than our immediate past district governor, Giselle Holder, district secretary. It's non-alcoholic, okay? I promise. So I invite district secretary,
Yes,
Giselle,
thank you.
to move a toast to our immediate past district governor, Debbie Rupcha.
Thank you. Good evening, everyone, and special welcome and celebrations to Your Excellencies, DG Soraya, IPDG Devs, yes, and all our Rotary family. I will invite you shortly to raise your glasses, but for now, just indulge me for all of maybe 2 minutes. To our now immediate past district governor, Debbie, your year of service was indeed a masterclass in leadership, filled with grace, guided by a firm yet thoughtful decision, and fueled by a passion that inspired us all. You reminded us of the true magic of Rotary, that it really lies in our service, in our fellowship, and in our shared commitment to making a difference. You led us through challenges day one, right? And triumphs alike, always with clarity, compassion, and a steady hand. Tonight, as you pass the torch, or rather have passed the torch, know that your legacy does not end here. Indeed, it has reignited. It lives on in every project that we will take on as a district, every life that we touch, and every Rotarian who enters our Rotary family newly inspired. Here's to your journey ahead. May it be as impactful and fulfilling as your time as governor. And so I invite you to stand as we raise a toast to IPTG Debbie with gratitude, with admiration, and with Rotary love. Hear, hear. Yeah, girl.
You may take your seats. And you may also keep your glasses. Ladies and gentlemen, all good things must come to an end. And just before we have the formal close, I would like to invite a representative from, and I wrote this down, the Rotary Satellite Club of St. Lucia Sunset, Ryan Casabo, to give the vote of thanks. Ryan? And I should say this satellite club is made up mainly of ex-Rotaractors who transitioned into Rotary, very successful Rotaractors, I might add.
Thank you. Good evening to everyone. Okay, it's both an honor and a privilege to deliver this vote of thanks tonight on this significant occasion. The district governor handover ceremony for District 7040 for the new Rotary year 25-26. First and foremost, we extend our deepest appreciation to His Excellency, the Governor, General Errol M. Charles. So we are truly grateful for your presence and continued support, to Rotary's mission to serve and uplift our communities. We also warmly thank the British High Commissioner, Her Excellency Amy Quantrell, for joining us this evening. Your presence underscores the spirit of international cooperation and shared values that Rotary holds dear. To our immediate past district governor, Debbie Rupchan, we say a heartfelt thank you for your outstanding leadership, your tireless dedication, and your unwavering commitment to Rotary over the past year. You set a high standard and left an inspiring legacy. Thank you for sharing the story of your Rotary moment in Curaçao. I think it resonated with everyone in this room. And I must say I was at my first district conference in Trinidad and it was epic. So great job. To our new district governor, Soraya Gustav Warner, congratulations once again. I was very proud. I know Soraya personally. We look forward with great anticipation to your vision and leadership in this Rotary year ahead. May your tenure be one of impact, innovation, and unity as we embrace the theme, Unite for Good. We also want to make special mention of our first district governor, Lyle Chase. You served our district governor during the pandemic, which limited your travel, but it did not affect your impact. And our district remains forever grateful to your service. And through Lyle, I actually gained the real spirit of what it is to be a Rotarian. So I'm personally forever grateful, Lyle. To our esteemed district governors, Governor-elect Maurice Saad, past district governors, club presidents, Rotarians, and friends of Rotary. Your presence here tonight reflects the strength of our collective commitment to service. Thank you for your continued passion, fellowship, and support. A special thank you to the incredible staff of the Harbor Club. Their professionalism and warm hospitality, which have made this event so seamless and memorable. To the members of the organizing committee, special thanks to my good friend Genevieve. Great job. Thank you for your hard work, attention to detail, and dedication in bringing this evening to life. And finally, sincere appreciation goes to Mr. Terry Foster of Equip Science for his generous donations. And I must make a special recognition to our AG, Albert Daniel, who carried the evening with such poise and grace. Albert, your leadership and energy truly brought this evening to light, and we thank you sincerely. As we move forward in unity and purpose, may we continue to embody the spirit of Rotary and truly unite for good in all that we do. Thank you and have a wonderful evening.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to ask you to give another round of applause, not immediately, but to Ryan for two important reasons, not just because, he said nice things about me, but Ryan was told that he had to give the vote of thanks 10 minutes ago. Because the person originally scheduled to deliver it, our Assistant District Secretary, Chrissy, had a family emergency and she had to leave. So that is the first reason why I want you to give him a round of applause. And and the second and perhaps more important reason that I need you to give him a rousing round of applause is because he was our St. Lucia flag bearer at the district conference in Trinidad. You would have remembered him on stage. So thank you, Ryan. So, ladies and gentlemen, that brings us to the end of the official proceedings this evening. So thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for being such good attendees, and enjoy the rest of your evening. Congratulations, Soraya.